In this video, I will compare my favorite GMRS radio, the Wouxun KG-935G, to the new, just released Wouxun KG-935G PLUS, Wouxun's new plus-sized model. Now allow me to point out that this will not be a full review of the new Wouxun KG-935G plus-sized model because I have already done a full review of the KG-935G. So in this video, I will focus mainly on the differences between the older KG-935 and the new Wouxun KG-935G plus-sized model. The price for the new Wouxun KG-935G plus-sized model is $169. Affiliate link below. And buy2wayradios.com did send me this radio at no cost and asked me to specifically share it with you, my favorite viewer. Behold the new Wouxun KG-935G plus-sized model. For those of you that follow the GMRS world closely, you probably know that Wouxun has released a couple of other new plus-sized model radios in the last few months, like the KG-1000G Plus and the XS-20G Plus. But this one, the KG-935G Plus, has more pluses added to it than any of those other plus-sized models. Now, a lot of people ask why Wouxun has been updating all of their radios lately, and my answer to that stupid question is that obviously, because GMRS is not dying out like CB radio is, Wouxun wants to make sure that their radios are the best fit for everyone's active GMRS lifestyle. So to help me demonstrate the differences between the older KG-935G and the new plus-sized model, I have my old KG-935G right here, so you can see the differences between these two radios with your very own ocular fluid sex. And to help avoid any confuculation, I will be sure to keep the old KG-935G on the right side and the new plus-sized model on the left. Now, as you can see on the surface, the two radios look very similar. Some might even say the two radios look identical. And just to be clear, the guts of the radio circuitry is exactly the same in both radios, so the plus-sized model does not have any more FARs than the older model. And with only a few exceptions, most of the changes are in the software, which I shall demonstrate momentarily. On the plus-sized model, there is a plus on the sticker. And the band button, this is the band button on the old radio, has been renamed on the plus-sized model to area, which makes more sense because it switches between the two active channels, or areas, on the screen. But other than that, the two radios are pretty much the same on the outside. However, the knobs on the new plus-sized model are much stiffer than on the older model, and the channel knob is way more stiff. It is almost hard to change the channels compared to the older model, which turns very freely and has very little hardness. Now, no doubt, some people will complain about this online because the knob is difficult to turn. But if those people ever actually got off of their couch and went outside, they would realize that the stiff knobs are a good thing. Because when you actually leave the basement and take your radio outside, you don't want it rubbing against something and accidentally changing the channel or the volume. So what I am saying is, it is okay to rub your leg against the plus-sized model as much as you want, and you won't accidentally change the channel or turn the radio off. So hard is better. Now allow me to turn both radios on and demonstrate some of the other differences.
Channel mode 1. Channel mode 4.
And the first little... oh, almost forgot. Okay, where was I? The first little difference is the message that appears on the top, which on both radios can be customized using the software. The message on the new plus-size model is centered for a more pleasant GMRS radio experience, while on the old radio it is justify left. And when I change the channel, you will hear
2, 3, 2, 3.
that the new plus-sized model has a much nicer voice. And unlike most other plus-sized models, this one is actually very sexy. And although it may be difficult for you to hear through the YouTubes, if I turn the volume up on both radios all the way, you may notice that compared to the old model, the new plus-sized model is more clear sounding, and the plus-sized model is also noticeably louder.
4, 5, 5.
And another thing that probably will not show on the YouTubes is that the flashlight on the new plus-sized model is much brighter than on the older model. A whole new feature on the plus-sized model is the channel wizard, which makes it easier to add a new channel or edit an existing channel. Just hold down the menu button,
Function select.
and it will step you through making the changes that you desire. There's also a similar way to program the side buttons. Just hold down the exit key,
Function select.
and the new plus-sized model gives you an easy way to program what these side buttons do. And now on the new plus-size model, when entering text, like channel names on the keypad, you can now use the side buttons in addition to the up and down arrows, which makes entering text much easier. There are new weather alert options. You have the choice between a loud tone, an icon on the screen, or to make it flash when the radio receives a weather alert. The new plus-size model has more screen color themes. The old model has 4 color themes, and the new plus-size model has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 or 10 colorful themes to choose from. There is now a favorite channels feature, so you can program one of the side buttons to easily switch between the channels that you use most often, should you desire to do so. On the new plus-size model, the message that shows in the non-active area when dual monitoring is turned off, because remember on both of these radios you can listen to 2 channels at once. When you turn that option off, you can customize the message that shows in the lower portion using the software. You cannot do that on the older model. There is a new option to program one of the side buttons to quickly change the display brightness of the screen. On the non-plus KG-935G, the older model, you have to go into the menus to change the display brightness like a savage. There is a new menu item for showing the current battery voltage, and there is now a custom battery status icon option. You can change the battery icon view that shows right here to display as an icon, voltage, or the percent charged. And speaking of the battery that comes with the new Wouxun KG-935 Plus sized model has a USB-C charging port. The radio still comes with a cradle charger that you can plug into your wall to charge the radio the old-fashioned way, but you can now charge the battery directly via USB. However, there is a trade-off for this. To make room for the USB-C circuitry in the battery is now only 2600 milliamp hours, which is slightly smaller than the battery that comes on the older model, which is 3200 milliamp hours. And yes, for all those wondering, The batteries are interchangeable. And of course, the new plus-size model still has the most popular feature, the classic Roger beep.